Welcome student. Today we will learn the new topic electrochemistry. Electrochemistry is a branch of chemistry. Electrochemistry is a branch of chemistry which deals with interconversion of chemical and electrical energy. Electrochemistry is a branch of chemistry which deals with interconversion interconversions of electrical electrical and chemical energy. Chemical energy. Once again, see what is the electrochemistry? Electrochemistry is a branch of chemistry. Is a branch of chemistry which which deals with deals with interconversions of electrical and chemical energy. Do you know about the redox reaction? See here, redox reaction. In the last year, we had seen the different type of reaction and one topic that is called as redox reaction. A redox reaction is a chemical reaction in which oxidation oxidation and reduction takes place simultaneously. Takes place simultaneously. Simultaneously. See, redox reaction is one of the chemical reaction in which oxidation and reduction takes place simultaneously. Which form of energy is converted into electrical energy in a dry cell? Dry cell, you know that in a different dry cell. In different equipment such as electronic equipment such as a calculator, watches, remotes and different watches, we will use the dry cell. In dry cell mainly the chemical energy is converted into electrical energy. Chemical energy is converted into electrical energy. Dry cell is mostly used in our daily life. Then dry cell is mainly used. Dry cell is mainly used to power our electrical and electronic equipments. To power our electrical and electronic electronic equipments to power electrical and electronic equipments because it generates electricity because it generates electricity generate electricity the use electricity the use of your dry cell in our daily life is most important. In this dry cell, mostly chemical energy is converted into the electrical energy. Mostly dry cell is used to power the electrical as well as electronic equipment to generate electricity. Then next, what is meant by the electrolysis? What is meant by the electrolysis? Electrolysis is a breaking down of an ionic compound by passage of electricity. Breaking down, what is meant by the electrolysis? That is breaking down of an ionic compound ionic compound by passage of by by passage of electric current of electricity. Electricity. Breaking down of an ionic compound by passage of electricity. This process is called as electrolysis. Again, see here the electrochemical cell. What is meant by the here electrochemical cell? Electrochemical cell. What is meant by the electrochemical cell? In electrochemical cell, interconversion of chemical and electrical energy takes place. That means it is also branch of chemistry. It is also branch of chemistry where interconversion of chemical and electrical energy takes place. Interconversion of interconversion of electrical electrical and and chemical energy takes place. See, electrochemical cell is a branch of chemistry where interconversion of electrical and chemical energy takes place. Then here next concept that electrochemical cell, that is electrochemical cell. Next concept, that is electrochemical cell. It is important. Electrochemical cell is a very important in science as well as technology. Important in a science and technology. Science and technology. Important in science and technology. Here, the generation of electricity by chemical reaction takes place in redox reaction. In electrochemical cell, the generation of electricity by chemical reaction in redox reaction takes place. In the redox reaction takes place. In electrochemical cell, generation of electricity by chemical reaction in redox reaction takes place. Then electrochemistry mainly deals with the design and operation of the cell, that is electrochemical cell. Electrochemistry deals with the design and operation of cell, that is electrochemical cell. Then we will see what is meant by the conductors. Next article, that is conductors. Conductors are here a charge transfer or flow of electricity. A charge charge transfer or flow of flow of electricity flow of electricity occurs through through substance occurs through substance, that is called as conductors. Again here, transfer of charge or flow of electricity occurs through different substances are called as conductors. These conductors are mainly of two types. Mainly these conductors are two types. First one, that is called as metallic conductors, and second one, that is called as electrolytic or ionic conductor. We will see now. Conductors are of two types. First one is the metallic and second one, that is electrolytic or ionic conductor. Electrolytic or ionic conductor. You know that metallic conductors, that means here conduction takes place through the metals. Conduction takes place through the metals. That means here electrical conductors or conduction through metals involve direct flow of electrons from one point to the another point. Direct flow of electrons from one point to the another, that is called as metallic conductors. Metallic conductors are electronic conductors. Metallic conductors are electronic conductors. Second point, that is electrolytic or ionic conductors. Electrolytic or ionic conductors. See here, in ionic conduction involves conduction of electric current by the movement of ions or uh, of electrolytes. Ionic conduction involves the conduction of electric current by the movement of ions of the electrolytes. Here chemical changes occur. See here, metallic conductors, that is electrical conduction through the metal, involves a direct flow of electrons from one point to another point. And electrolytic or ionic conduction involves the conduction of electric current by the movement of ions of the electrolyte. In ionic conduction, chemical changes takes place. Now we will see the measurement of conductivities of different solutions. Measurement of uh, ionic solutions having different conductivities. See, this is a one metallic vessel that is called as electrolytic vessel. It consists solution. This solution may be solution of cane sugar, solution of a salt, or acetic acid. Again, see, there are two metallic electrodes. One acts as the anode and second acts as the cathode. Here, anodic oxidation and cathodic reduction takes place. This electrode is attached to the switch to the positive part of battery, and negative part of battery is attached through the bulb and second electrode, which dip into this metallic vessel containing solution. First, we will observe that the lamp will glow when circuit is complete. When circuit is complete, this mostly lamp will be glow. Again, here prepare 5% 5% solutions of here acetic acid, it may be cane sugar, next urea, and next one sodium chloride. We will observe that here uh, the conducting and non-conducting nature of solution can be identified by the measure of their conductivities. That means conductivity and non-conductivity nature of solution can be identified the measurement of their conductivities. Suppose here cane sugar and urea. Here cane sugar and urea do not dissociate in aqueous solution. Do not dissociates dissociates in aqueous solution. In aqueous solutions. Here the conductivities of this solution are same to that of the water, so mainly it is called as non-electrolytes. Conductivity of these two are mainly same to that of the water, so these are not mostly called as non-electrolytes. Non-electrolytes. Then what about the acetic acid? You know that acetic acid has a molecular formula CH3COOH. In aqueous media, in water, it dissociates as a acetate ions as well as here H plus ions. H plus ions. And in case of NaCl, you will see here it dissociates in aqueous media Na plus Cl minus. Then, in this case, the conductivities of their aqueous solutions are higher than that of the water, so it is called as electrolytes. So, in case of acetic acid CH3COOH, sodium chloride, you can say that KCl potassium chloride, again sodium hydroxide. Here you will observe that the conductivities are mainly greater than the conductivities of water. Conductivities of water of water. So these are called as conductors, and these are mainly considered as electrolytes. These are mainly considered as electrolytes. Once again, here, suppose you are preparing the 5% solution of acetic acid, cane sugar, where we have NaCl. You will observe that here cane sugar and urea do not dissociate in aqueous solution. Their conductivities are same to that of the water, so they are called as non-conductors. So they are called as non-conductors. And what about the electrolytes? Suppose you are considering here acetic acid, NaCl, KCl and NaOH. Here the conductivities of these are in aqueous solution greater than that of the conduction of the water conductivities of water. Due to that, these are called as electrolytes. These are called as electrolytes. Again, here, the electrolytes conduct the electricity in molten state or in a dissolved in water. Mostly electrolytes. They conduct conduct electricity conduct the electricity in molten state in molten state or when dissolved in water dissolved dissolved in water, that is called as in aqueous state, that is called as aqueous media. On the basis of the high electrical conductivity, electrolytes are classified into two types: high and low. High and low electrical conductivity. Electrical conductivity. Conductivity. Electrolytes are classified. Electrolytes are classified. Classified into two types. Into two types. First one that are called as strong electrolytes. Strong electrolytes. And second one are mainly considered as a weak electrolytes. Strong electrolytes having high conductivity, and here on the basis of high and low electrical conductivity of electrolytes are classified into two types: strong electrolytes and weak electrolytes. So what is meant by strong electrolytes? Strong electrolytes are those substances in aqueous medium having the high conductivity, and weak electrolytes are those substances which dissociates in aqueous media but it shows the weak conductivity. Now we will see the Ohm's law for the electrical conduction of the solutions. Ohm's law for the electrical conductance of the solution. See definition of statement. Electrical conductance capital R of a conductor is equal to the electrical potential difference V divided by electric current I. See once again, the electrical resistance is equal to the electrical potential difference V divided by electric current I. R is a electrical resistance. V is a potential difference, electrical potential difference, and I is current. So what is the formula? R is equal to V divided by I. Electrical resistance of a conductor is equal to electrical potential difference divided by electric current. SI unit of potential difference is V and current is a ampere, and resistance is mainly represented by ohm. So ohm is equal to phi. Ohm is equal to phi, that is electrode potential difference divided by electric current, which is denoted by the ampere inverse. Ampere inverse. So ohm is equal to V and A raised to minus 1. A raised to minus 1. Electrical conductance capital G of a solution is reciprocal of their resistance. Is a reciprocal of their resistance. Hence, you can write here capital G is equal to 1 divided by capital R. SI unit of G, SI unit of G, that is electrical conductance, is Siemens, Siemens, which is denoted by Siemens, which is denoted by ohm inverse, which is denoted by the ohm inverse. Electrical conductance G, which is equal to reciprocal of resistance. G is equal to 1 divided by R. The SI unit of the electrical conductance is a Siemens, that is ohm inverse. We see the electrical resistance of a conductor R is directly proportional to the length L and inversely proportional to the cross-sectional area A. Electrical resistance of a conductor R is directly proportional to the length L and inversely proportional to the cross-sectional area A. So, electrical resistance is equal to length divided by area. So, R is equal to rho into L by A. Rho into L by A. Again, see here conductivity K. We know that here G is equal to 1 by R. G is the electrical conductance, which is a reciprocal of resistance. So resistance, by definition, resistance is equal to length divided by area. So you put here, take a reciprocal 1 by R, which is equal to A divided by L. You know that here G, electrical conductance, is directly proportional to A divided by L, which is equal to here K into L by A. K is a conductivity constant, one of the conductivity constant. K is equal to G into L by A. G is the value of G is equal to 1 by R. Put here in this equation, K is equal to 1 by R into L by A. Again, you know that 1 by R is nothing but the rho. Put the value of rho, so K is equal to 1 by rho. Here, length is 1 centimeter and area is also 1 square centimeter. So, you can say that here conductivity is here inversely proportional to the rho. That means here K is equal to 1 divided